Good evening. Thanks for joining us and welcome to WHOV News. I'm Megan Key.
And I'm Brandon Theo Dorsey. The students of Hampton University continue to heal after the recent passing of our fellow Hamptonian, Cullen Haviland. WHOV anchor Leslie Gooden is here to talk with us about it.
The students gathered on campus in remembrance of Haviland and the legacy he left behind. With many individuals grieving at this time, it is important to remember that no one is alone. Hampton University offers many tools for any student currently grieving. If you think you may know someone who's grieving, here are a few examples of those signs.
Behavior, with your friends and your family, you see them just about every day, so you know what's typical of them. So if somebody's usually really well dressed and they, keep themselves up, and then all of a sudden they're like dingy clothes or they wear sweatpants to class every day, that's a good sign.
If you or someone you know aren't quite ready to make it to the center, here are a few tips to keep in mind.
Maintain their same level of normalcy, so not letting what they're going through affect their daily life, but just keeping up with the same patterns and doing the same things that they are used to doing. And then also just talking to people who they are comfortable talking with. So if they don't want to go to a counseling center, then talking with their friends or talking with their family members, but just making sure that they aren't isolating themselves.
Remember, grief is a normal and natural response to loss and the start of properly healing. Counselors are available at the center located in Armstrong Slater Building or by calling 757-727-5617.
Everyone here at WHOV sends the family our deepest condolences.
Definitely. On a lighter note, this week the Student Leadership Program hosted Hampton's annual Spring Fest. Students had the opportunity to attend and participate in many Hollywood-themed activities, from Wild 'N Out to the Beehive. The festivities continue tonight at 7 p.m. with the Empire-themed party featuring Tiana Taylor and go-go band TCB. Our entertainment correspondent Eric Perry will have more for you on Springfest later on in the show. Springfest is one step closer from graduation for our seniors and new beginnings for potential incoming students. High School Day kicks off tomorrow, giving high schoolers all across the U.S. the chance to experience our home by the sea. Over 3,000 registered students are coming to experience the college life and get a chance to meet their future quintessence family. Theo, can you believe QT10 is already here?
That is so crazy, but I guess that's the way the world works. Time moves on.
I know. It just seems like we were just baby ogres yesterday.
Yep, and now we're grown-up seniors on the way out the door, but good thing we still got our good looks, right?
Yeah, that's what matters. Well, Theo, there's always something going on in the world of business.
That's right, Megan. Our Bloomberg correspondent, Lawrence Rigby, is here to give us the latest. Lawrence?
Theo and Megan, it was not that long ago that Americans were struggling to keep their main homes from foreclosures. Well, a new report finds that more Americans are looking to buy a second home. According to the National Association of Realtors, 21% of all homes bought in 2014 were vacation homes. This is an increase from the 2013 numbers and could be a positive sign about how people feel overall about the economy. The 21% in home sales accounts for the highest level of vacation home purchases, get this, since 2003. To no surprise, however, the most popular location for those looking for a second home was the beach, followed by mountaintops. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Some big news going on over at the Golden Arches. McDonald's is the latest employer to promise workers higher wages. McDonald's will raise the hourly wage for some 90,000 workers beginning July 1st. Starting wages at the fast food chain will be at least a full $1 an hour more than the state's legal minimum. Plus, all current employees, up to and including managers, will get a pay raise. And the company will let full and part-time employees accrue paid time off as long as they've worked there for a year. The only catch, and of course there had to be a catch, right? The new rules apply to the 1,500 restaurants actually owned by the McDonald's Corporation. About 90% of all locations are franchise-owned, and that means a huge majority of McDonald's workers won't benefit. And of course, hey, moving right along, here are your Bloomberg market numbers for today. All the market major indexes were up, and the Dow Jones closed up at 17,763 points. The Nasdaq closed up at 4,886 points, and the S&P 500, that index closed up at 2,066 points. I'm Lawrence Rigby with your Bloomberg Business Report. Megan and Theo, back to you.
Now let's take a look at what's going on across the nation.
Our first stop takes us to Indiana. Emotions are running high right now in Indiana due to businesses refusing money to the lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender community. According to the Indiana religious freedom laws, businesses are indeed free to decide who they will and will not serve based solely upon religious views. Many of the people part of the LGBT community are considering leaving the state of Indiana due to the discrimination. Indiana Governor Mike Pence spoke out on the issue earlier this week.
We want to make it clear that Indiana is open for business. We want to make it clear that Hoosier Hospitality is not a slogan, it's our way of life. It's the reason why people come here from around the world, and they come back again and again and again. Because Hoosiers are the kindest, most generous, most decent people in the world.
Indiana legislators are currently working on fixing this issue. A third Alabama football player was arrested earlier this week. This is the third arrest in the last 4 days. University of Alabama's head coach Nick Saban has dismissed 2 of these 3 players. Running back Tyron Jones was charged with second-degree possession of marijuana, and defensive lineman Jonathan Taylor was arrested on sexual assault charges. The woman accusing Taylor of assaulting her has since recanted her statement and been arrested for giving a false report. University spokesman stated that Taylor has been referred to judicial affairs pending a further investigation.
The voters of Nigeria have elected a new president. Muhammadu Buhari was voted into office on Tuesday. Buhari defeated President Goodluck Jonathan, earning 52.4% of the vote. The 72-year-old president-elect was the head of the opposition party called All Progressive Congress. Back in 1983, Buhari came into power and ran the country as a military ruler until another military group took over. His big win was his 4th attempt at gaining the presidency since he left office in 1985. Well, the search continues as authorities look for victims' remains from the wreckage of Germanwings Flight 9525. Officials are investigating why co-pilot Andreas Lubitz purposely crashed into the plane into the French Alps last week. Today, a memorial service was held in Haltern, Germany for the 18 Germans that lost their life in the crash. According to reports on CNN, Lubitz suffered from depression and had notified the flight training school back in 2009. The regional commander of the High Mountain Unit of Gendarmerie made this statement on the ongoing search for the remains.
Once all of the body parts are removed, we will rake. We ordered rakes and shovels in order to remove gravel and pieces of soil. Everything will be raked in order to see if it has been buried under the rocks.
Earlier this week, Comedy Central released some big news.
That's right, Megan. When Jon Stewart leaves The Daily Show later this year, he will be replaced by 31-year-old African native Trevor Noah.
Noah has appeared on The Daily Show 3 times in the past as a contributor. He's also traveled around the world performing as a stand-up comedian.
Congratulations, Trevor. Megan and I will definitely be watching.
Definitely. The iHeartRadio Music Awards were this weekend, and our entertainment correspondent is here to give us the break on all the highlights.
That's right, and the weather is slowly starting to warm up. Find out if it will be warm enough to enjoy some fun outdoors this weekend later on in the show.
Yeah, so after the show.
This is the moment I knew. His future had no boundaries.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org.
Listen now, can you hear the bluebirds? Oh, look up now. This is my computer.
This is your computer. Let's go on the internet.
Let's go. Click it.
Yes.
Okay.
I cursor in between the R and the E. Pressing dot, I want you to just push the period.
She's gonna love me all over again now.
That's it. Jamaica, here you come.
Here we go.
Good job.
Thank you. Thank you. And I did it by myself. Feel smarter.
Theo, have you been keeping up with the latest entertainment news?
I definitely have, but you know what? I'm not an expert on entertainment, but you know who is? Our entertainment correspondent, Eric Perry. He is here to catch us up on what's been going on this week. Eric?
Theo and Megan, Springfest is in full effect, and the week has been full of fun events that has HU feeling less like Hampton Roads and more like Hollywood. Our entertainment correspondent, Shai Staton, attended some of the week's events. Take a look at this.
Style. New events like Wild 'N Out Tuesday have been added to the lineup, and the B-Day Showcase, which was added last year, is back. But what would a Hampton Springfest be without fashion? The week kicked off with the red carpet. The Miss Hampton Fashion Show, also known as the Red Carpet, was all about the glitz and glam. The theme centered around one of the most exciting aspects of Hollywood, the award shows. The models took the runway dressed for the MTV Awards, the Oscars, the BET Awards, and the Grammys. The hosts also enjoyed their experience in the Hollywood limelight.
Good experience.
Absolutely.
It was a lot of first times.
It was fun.
It was fun.
On Tuesday, it was the Black Squad against the Red Squad in the Wild 'N Out battle. There were several rounds that consisted of popular sketches from the show, like Let Me Holla, Family Reunion, and So Fly. In the end, the red team dominated the battle. Beyonce fans, or the Beehive, came out on Wednesday to pay homage to their Queen Bee. About 5 solo and group performances were put together to compete to be the best Beyonce on campus. It was a tight competition, but only one winner could come out on top. Preparing for the showcase may have been hard, but picking the winner was even harder.
For it was a lot of competition, a lot of energy on the stage, but ultimately Kayla in Group 4, she was the better Beyonce.
Shai Staton, WHOV News.
Now, the iHeartRadio Music Awards returned for its second year, and there were plenty of memorable moments. Host Jamie Foxx shocked the his opening monologue, making jokes about Bruce Jenner and the Blurred Lines lawsuit. Rihanna graced the stage and performed her latest single for the first time. She came out of her helicopter wearing a black dress, a green fur coat, and green boots in true bad gal fashion. Justin Timberlake received the Innovator Award and thanked his wife and showed how excited he is for the arrival of his firstborn son and child. It was a show you did not want to miss. Well, singer Chris Brown might be off probation, but he is still in trouble with now ex-girlfriend Karrueche Tran. Weeks after the aspiring model found out that Brown has a baby by another woman, Tran sat down with Ayala Van Zandt to fix her life. She talked about how she met Brown, the messy love triangle with Brown and pop singer Rihanna, and the mistakes she had in the on and off again relationship. The 26-year-old explained that Brown is sorry for what he put her through.
He's sorry for what he's put me through.
And how can he possibly make that up to you?
Now?
Yeah.
Oof. It ain't no making up right now.
Okay.
Tran makes it clear that this issue is solely between her and Brown, and she plans to focus on herself and her career. That's a good choice. Now, a mini Destiny's Child reunion took place this past weekend in Las Vegas. Beyonce and Kelly joined Michelle at the 33rd Annual Stellar Gospel Music Awards. The trio began their performance with a cover of Alpha and Omega and ended with Michelle's hit Say Yes. which featured both Beyonce and Kelly. Later that night, Michelle won her first Stellar Award. You can watch Beyonce, Kelly, and Michelle this Sunday on TV1, where the Stellar Awards will be airing at 6 p.m. I will be in front of my television. Now, the annual Black Girls Rock event brought together some of the most accomplished and respected Black women in the country. The event honored Principal Nadia Lopez, actresses Jada Pinkett Smith and Cicely Tyson, singer Erykah Badu, director Ava DuVernay, and president and CEO of CARE USA, Dr. Helene D. Gale. The already special evening was capped off by an inspiring speech from the First Lady Michelle Obama. Take a look at this.
No matter who you are, no matter where you come from, you are beautiful. You are powerful.
Black women around the world, further showing that Black girls do rock. They surely do. Well, that's all I have for you today. I have to go catch me some Tiana Taylor tonight. Megan, Theo, back to you.
This past week, a lot of people got fooled into believing some crazy things. We'll tell you more later in the show.
And it's finally starting to warm up outside, but will it stay that way for the rest of the week? Eric has your 7-day forecast. Actually, not Eric, Jade Lawson, right after the break.
When they test you, stand firm and move only when you hear the seatbelt click that says they're buckled in for the drive. Never give up till they buckle up.
I see it!
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org.
Doesn't see race. Love is love.
It's good.
Homemade noodles. Oh. Marty, stop it. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. It reminds me, I've been thinking maybe we should try a new form of birth control. I heard about this one, it's called the IUD, intrauterine device. Or we could try the patch on your arm. Actually, I think that one goes in your butt.
Bedsider.org has birth control information and a lot more. And it's...
What do you think, then? Arm or the butt?
We're finally seeing beautiful spring weather on campus.
Yes, Megan, I've been waiting for this week all my life. Let's hope the weather will be good for high school day tomorrow.
Well, WHOV Jade Lawson has been studying the weather all week and is in the Weather Center with answers. Jade?
Megan, we will get to tomorrow's high school day weather in just a minute, but right now we're looking at 68 degrees outside with sunny skies and winds to 10 to 20 miles per hour. Tonight, we're looking at a low of 57 degrees with few clouds in the sky. We're looking at 10% chance of rain and a sunset at 7:29 p.m. tonight. We're going to see humidity at 65%. Now, for tomorrow's weather, high school day, we're looking at partly cloudy skies with gusty winds developing during the afternoon. We're looking at a high of 74 degrees tomorrow night, and we're looking at a low of 58 degrees. We're looking at a 50% chance of rain and becoming windy with the showers likely after midnight. Humidity rises to 70% tomorrow. Taking a look at our 7-day forecast, Saturday, we're looking at another wet day with highs reaching up Sunday. The sun will come back out and we will stay in the mid to upper 60s for the first part of our week until the rain moves back in on Thursday. Take some time and enjoy the spring weather outside. Taking a look at across the nation, we're finally going to see some consistent weather in the West Coast, seeing a range of temperatures like upper 60s in San Francisco and upper 70s in Los Angeles. Working our way across Dallas and New Orleans, heating up are in temperatures in the 80s, and Atlanta has seen wet conditions but has maintained temperatures in the mid-70s. Up north, Boston is in the low 50s, while New York is thawing out with temperatures in the low 60s. Back close to us is D.C., resting comfortably in the lower 70s. Well, Megan and Theo, we're looking at rain tomorrow for a high school day, but it shouldn't be here until tomorrow night. So get out and enjoy.
Well, great. Thank you, Jade. Earlier this week, I got to celebrate my favorite holiday, April Fools. After the break, we'll take a look at some great pranks people came up with.
And spring weather means spring sports. Our sports correspondent, Kari Thompson, is here to give us all the highlights after the break. Yeah. You gotta get home.
When the glory comes, it will be ours.
Dr. King, what's your next move?
In March from Selma to Montgomery.
Selma is loud for every man, woman, and child.
We will not wait any longer.
In front of a crowd.
Mine eyes have seen the glory. Glory, glory, hallelujah.
Matchsticks, matchbox, matching tie to matching socks. You don't know why, but you're really special to match point, match game. You and I are not the same, but I can tell that you're really special to me. There is something I can give to make you laugh, to help you live. We're the perfect match, and you're really special to me. We're the perfect match, and you're really special to me.
I'm going to be the first in my family to graduate college.
I'm going to make a difference.
I knew I wanted to go to college, but I had no clue how to pay for it.
The U.S. Department of Education has over $100 billion to help students pay for college.
And the free application? You mean the FAFSA? I did it online. I'm going to find out how to pay for college.
I'm going to college.gov.
Hey, getting on the boat. There's Lance on the boat.
Get your life jackets on.
Mike, say something!
What's going on? What's going on? Open this baby up. Come on. Am I going fast enough for you?
Woo! Yeah! Turn around. He's off the boat. Lance fell off the boat. Lance, are you okay?
I'm okay. I have my life jacket on.
HU spring sports are in full swing, and we have some award-winning coaches right here on this campus.
That's right, Theo. Kari Thompson is here to give us more details.
Megan, Theo, you're absolutely right, and I've got that and even more in store for you tonight, so let's get right to it. The Hampton Pirates softball team was up and down during March, but finished strong. The girls ended the month with a 3-game sweep of Delaware State, starting them off undefeated in the MEAC. The Lady Pirates get into the heat of conference play in April with their next game at Morgan State on the 8th. Track and field continues their season after a solid performance at the Raleigh Relays this past weekend. Junior Trey Holiday and sophomore Rayon Black gave them a kickstart. Holloway won the 110-meter hurdles with a time of 13:93, and Black won the 400-meter dash with a time of 47:76. On the women's side, the sprint relay squad pulled in the win with a time of 3:58.08. Junior Sierra Brown came in third in the 800-meter with a run time of 2:11.91. Freshman Mishala Morton, junior Tanisha Green, senior Laquisha Parker, and Siobhan Ford Holland ran a 46.78 to finish third in the 4x100-meter relay. The Pirates and Lady Pirates compete again this upcoming weekend at the Florida Relays and the Colonial Relays. Best of luck to both the women and the men. HU women's assistant coach Tim Valentine has been named non-BCS Assistant Coach of the Year for the MEAC. Valentine just recently competed his first season with the Lady Pirates, guiding the team to 19 wins. He also helped contribute to the Lady Pirates regular season title and a run in the WNIT tournament. Upon his arrival at HU, Valentine was an assistant coach for 2 seasons at Georgetown University, along with holding coaching positions for other universities and tournaments such as Elon and the CIAA. Congratulations, Coach Valentine. Hampton Nation, I know it's been hard to keep up with the national news. Thankfully for you guys, though, I'm here to fill you in. For those of you that have been living under a rock for the last 3 weeks, this weekend marks the start of the final round in the play in the 2015 NCAA tournament. With the 2 regional finals, which will be played on Saturday night in Indianapolis, we'll see the underdog, 7-seeded Michigan State Spartans battle the number 1 seeded Duke Blue Devil, led by National Collegiate Player of the Year candidate Jahlil Okafor for a spot in Monday's national title game. The other spot will go to the winner of a matchup that's sure to produce more fast-paced action than the Indy 500. The 1-seeded Wisconsin Badgers will take on fellow number 1, the undefeated, double platoon wielding Kentucky Wildcats, who are 2 wins away from making history. Don't think we haven't been paying attention to the women, who deserve to be shown some love too, and will play Sunday night. The dominant UConn Huskies will take on the resilient Maryland Lady Terps, while 34-2 South Carolina will battle Notre Dame, who's appearing in their 4th Final Four. With NBA season winding down and other sports in off seasons, March Madness is sure to take center stage this weekend.
Theo, we had another holiday this week.
Right, we did, but I mean, we definitely had one of my favorite holidays, but I thought we were going to at least wrap up talking about the fact that we had Kentucky winning the national championship, right, Carr?
Nah, man, I had the Hampton Pirates.
Oh, my goodness. Well,
the Hampton Pirates.
We should be very cautious about who around us are playing games and stuff like that, because 24 hours of nonstop pranks were April 1st, and that was April Fool's Day. That can make you stop talking to someone until the 1st of next April.
No person or object was safe this year. People's cars were surrounded by shopping carts, wrapped in saran wrap, and even worse, covered in sticky notes. Now that's dedication. There were also some in-home pranks, such as putting huge fake insects everywhere, filling donuts with mayonnaise, and leaving them out for everyone to eat, and last but not least, fake broken screens on very expensive items. Now that would even make me upset. You know? Well, thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Megan Key.
Right, and I'm Brandon Theo Dorsey. And don't make Megan upset. It seems real sad. Make sure you join us again next week and have a great evening. We hope everyone enjoyed their April Fool's Day and took part in it and had really safe and also a lot of fun.
Hey, right. Before we go, Theo, well, I know who you got. Megan, who do you have winning the national championship?
You know.
Thank you. Well, you know what? Look, national championship is over. Thank you. Good night.